Carry on my wayward son. There'll be peace when you are done. Lay your weary head to rest. Don't you cry no more.
Welcome to another episode of Action Video Game Talk. I'm your host, Scott Action Jackson. Thanks for joining me today, or tonight, or whenever you're watching or listening to this episode. I do have another list of news articles to go through, so let's just go and hop right into it. Sony's San Diego studio is celebrating 10 years of MLB The Show in 2015. To celebrate the milestone, Sony is putting together a special package for fans that won't break the bank. For $69.99, $10 more than the standard edition, players get special steelbook packaging, in-game premium currency, 12,000 stubs, 15 bonus item packs, and a dynamic home screen theme for each team. A digital version of the same bonuses will be available also. There's also a pre-order bonus for a physical controller skin. You'll get a voucher for one of these, redeemable at a number of retailers. After debuting new gameplay for fans, Sony has released 5 screenshots that show off how MLB 15 has made some visual enhancements over MLB 14. In the screens, players can see changes to player faces, improved time of day descriptions, and overall high detail across the board. So to help celebrate MLB The Show's 10th anniversary, Sony's San Diego studio is releasing a special, 10th anniversary edition, collector's edition. Or special collector's edition, I don't know however way you can put this, but other than 10th anniversary edition. And it's only like $10 more than the standard version, which isn't really that expensive. You're going to get a steelbook case, in-game currency, 10 bonus items, dynamic home screen theme for each team. So that means you could be fans, could be Cub fans, St. Louis fans. And then there's this pre-order bonus for a physical controller skin. Now, I know previously for MLB The Show, they did release a white PS3 controller that kind of was colored like a baseball. Now, knowing them, that's probably what they'll try with something like this, but it is just a skin. So you probably just, stick it to the controller. But for something that's only about $70, $10 more than standard edition, I'd say this is a nice little special edition that they are releasing. Of course, the question is if the people will be able to get a hold of this in time. Because as most people know about these collector's special editions, they don't always last a long while. For 3 weeks in late December and early January, 343 Industries opened up Halo 5 Guardians multiplayer to the masses. During the beta test, the team was studying player behavior and in response has made some changes. The team learned through surveys of its Halo community feedback program that 11% of respondents wanted Sprint removed from the game. While it won't be eliminated entirely, custom games will be able to toggle the ability to jog around the map. Other Spartan abilities will also be moved to optional status for custom matches. To compensate, players will have faster base movement speed and top sprint speed will be reduced. This puts a smaller gap in between regular running and accelerated movement. Additional changes include improved strife acceleration and improvements to ground pound controls so it no longer conflicts with crouch jumping. Halo 5 will also be presented a bit differently in final form. 343 is toning down the Halo Bro moments for fewer chest bumps and high fives upon victory. Post-death replays are moving into the optional column. You'll have a choice of whether you want to see the traditional follow cam or a replay of your assassin's perspective. You'll also be able to turn off Spartan chatter if your teammates' AI dialogue start to grade. 343 Industries is making some changes to its ranking system also. When it arrives this fall, Halo 5 will do a better job of using CSR skill system in matchmaking. The developer also says it will be preventing skill boosting and punish those who quit with matchmaking bans and CSR penalties. For more on the beta, 343 Industries has revealed an infographic. While most of the stats are the typical fluff we see, there is some information we can pull out. Ground pounds were credited with 0.3% of the 180,389,366 kills. Spartan Charge fared better, but still failed to crack 1% of the kills with only 0.7%. In other words, your guns are likely to be your best bet except in extreme specific situations. Halo 5 Guardians is due out this fall. When I was reading through this, I was thinking, this is a crap ton of stuff. So 343 Industries has been trying to listen to the fans as far as the multiplayer function of Halo 5 Guardians, and is going to do some, a lot of changing, especially with the whole sprint issue, and apparently people who actually, withdraw from matchmaking. I remember when I was in matchmaking, and they were trying to put the teams together, and some people just pop out of the matchmaking, so that becomes more or less an uneven fight. So now they're going to be able to actually punish those people who do that. And there was this image that was shown for some of the stats that was for the beta that took place. There's a lot of stats that this little graphic is showing off as far as what happened with the multiplayer beta. But this just proves how much fans love the Halo franchise and how much they want to keep continuing with it. Ubisoft has announced that Assassin's Creed Rogue has a release date on PC. The title, which was released in November for Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3, is due to arrive in just over 1 month in March. In addition to normal control schemes, Ubisoft has partnered with SteelSeries to incorporate its Sentry accessory, which uses Tobii eye tracking. The company says that looking around the screen will pan the camera. Ubisoft will be selling regular and deluxe versions of the game on the Uplay store starting on March 10th, but those that pre-order will also get to choose one of 6 other Assassin's Creed games and get 2 bonus packs, the Siege of Fort de Sable and the Explorer. The deluxe version comes with additional missions, weapons, and outfits. For Assassin's Creed fans who have been wanting to play this game on the PC, it is finally coming out. You're going to finally be able to play Assassin's Creed Rogue. It'll be out in March. But also, Ubisoft is going to be partnering with SteelSeries to introduce this little Sentry eye device, accessory, whatever. It's supposed to have something to do with eye tracking, so I don't know what that's about, so I'm just going to leave that part alone. But Ubisoft will also be doing regular and deluxe editions, it says here, on the Uplay store, starting on March 10th, and that'll include a lot of bonus stuff, including extra bonus packs, the Siege of Fort de Sable, yeah, I got that wrong, the Siege of Fort de Sable, and the Explorer. The deluxe edition comes with additional missions, weapons, and outfits. So, if you want to spend a lot, it'll probably be a crap ton more money for the deluxe edition, but you will be getting extra missions, weapons, and outfits, like it says here. Heck, it might come with some additional outfits from the Unity game, or maybe from some of the older ones, some of the older Assassin's Creed games. Disney Infinity's roster is growing with 1 new figure and 2 digital exclusives. One of these opens up a whole new world, while the others explore the one inside our computers. For physical collectors playing on console, you can pick up Jasmine individually or as part of a bundle with Aladdin and 2 power discs, Jasmine's Palace View and the Sands of Agrabah. Also out in physical form are 3 villain characters, Loki, Rowan, and the Green Goblin, as well as Guardians of the Galaxy's Yondu. For those playing on iOS devices, 2 Tron characters join the fray. you can purchase Sam Flynn and Korra for $2.99 each on iOS. They are coming to PC in March. Now, I know that the villains listed here have been out for a little bit longer than the Jasmine figure has. But it is great that they're actually releasing some more of these figures. It seems like it's taken a long while in between releases for figures now. And you got Princess Jasmine, you got the Loki, Rowan, Green Goblin, and Guardian of the Galaxy's Yondu. And then digitally you have two characters from the, I guess, Tron Legacy. You got the Sam Flynn and Korra, if I got the name right. And then those two digital version will be also coming to the PC version in March. They'll be coming to the PC version in March. But to me, it is great that they are trying to release a couple more figures, but to me, they should be releasing a couple more playsets too. But knowing them, they'll probably wait a bit longer, maybe release a few more maybe movie-themed characters, and then, who knows, they might be talking about the next expansion by now. Alright, now it's time for this week's major new releases. So, first we have the new 3DS XL, at least as far as here in the US. I know in some other countries they're probably getting the normal new 3DS, just without the... They might be getting the XL over there as well, but... We got Ace Combat Assault Horizon Legacy Plus for 3DS. Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, which is probably going to be for 3DS and the new 3DS XL. The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask 3D, which is probably going to be for both the 3DS and new 3DS XL. Probably also the 2DS too. And then we have Evolve for PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. Well, that does it for this episode of Action Video Game Talk. Once again, thanks for joining me today, or tonight, or whenever you're watching or listening to this episode. Later on, I will have the separate clips up if you want to check those out. Down below, I will have the Facebook page in the description if you want to go and check out the Facebook page. So, until next time, bye!